Your boy laughs at me. Yo, Joe, what's
What up?
good, my guy? How you doing today?
Man, chilling, man. We working through it, but we gonna get through it.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
I'm blessed, highly favored, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. And we not talking about SCOTUS. We decided to change our mind because we found something funner to talk about. How about this topic? How about John Stockton? Joe, do you know what John Stockton did?
Let's get it. You feel free to tell me what John Stockton did since the 1990s, please.
John Stockton told me that he has evidence and proof that 150 professional athletes have passed away right on the court and the fields, and he has evidence, even though we have all those games are completely televised and we can see every one of them. And if somebody passed away, we would absolutely know about it because they wouldn't be there the next game, even though the lizard people might hide it from us.
That's looking to be true. Because what's our job? Is our job to disprove John Stockton or?
Yeah. Joe, this is America Internet 2022. We have to disprove what he proved. So we're gonna spend the rest of this podcast going through every professional team in the world, and we're gonna go search and find who passed away on the court or the field, and then we're gonna go in their medical records and find out if they were vaccinated.
Which shouldn't be hard for us to do, by the way.
And then we're going to find out if the vaccination was the reason, Joe. That's what we're going to do today.
Yep. So
we're not doing that 100%.
Not happening. Not happening. Not happening at all.
What do you think about this story? This story is wild.
Like, I'm telling you, man. I mean, I know John Stockton is up there in age, but that's like the old folks saying we had to walk 10 miles to school every day and we had to dodge raccoons, and we can't prove that. That very well could have happened, but it's outlandish. I think it's got to be at least 150 athletes now. Come on, man. He said that with his chest out too. So man, we do what we do best. Keep John Stockton and his family lifted up in prayer, because I don't know where these 150 professional athletes, Zelmay, not just like we got to go to every high school, every middle school. We don't have to do that. We literally just have to look up the people that get paid to play basketball.
And is he going to show us his list? You can't say I have a list and it don't show us.
Yeah, you can.
Where's the list that you said professional? You can take. The smart thing would do is be like, hey, bro, there's 500 athletes that passed away, and here they are, and then just put a list of high school kids or some random kids or anybody that passed away, and just put them on a list and just make it up.
And say that it was because of the vaccination.
Who's gonna look it up?
Some kid named Brad in Montana died from the vaccine. I'm not looking that up, man. And bless Brad's heart if he did die from the vaccine. But I'm just saying, I'm not looking for that currently. Prayers up to his family. But I'm just saying, he had a better chance of not saying, like, if you wanted this narrative to go, you had a much better chance of just giving us random names that we cannot look up.
Don't even put location on it. Just put names down so we have to look it up. And at least have like the first 50 got to be like legit names. Just have like legit people that literally just look up like obituaries of athletes in them from any place and just put their name down.
Kyle Kyleston. Like at the point you get the list is done. We can't do that anymore. Kyle Kyleston, Dave Davis. Like you can come up with 150 names now. Come on.
Yeah, you can the first 50. You can make the first 25 legit, and then we all gonna stop looking after that.
Yeah. I mean, 25 is actually being generous at this point.
I'm just talking about, you don't have to be because of the vaccine. It can just be just 25 people that really happened to, and then Just anything, man. You could. Joe, you ever just made up stories? And
I think. Oh, go ahead.
like, have you ever just made up a story, right? And then you get so caught up in the story that you have to just keep on lying, just to keep it up.
I believe I may have done that before in my life.
I think that was John Stockton. He said something he had no proof of, and now he just got to keep up with it, or people gonna make fun of him. Even though,
what if he's assassinating professional athletes until he gets to 150? What if that becomes his thing?
yo, man, they already banned him from Gonzaga.
Now he didn't cancel that his alma mater.
Hey, bro, you wilding, bro. You might do something, bro. You gotta stay away. You know what I mean? You gotta, hey, bro, stay home. It's not safe for you.
Gonzaga, John Stockton, unfortunately, will not be at the tournament this year. Everybody cry a little bit.
John Stockton was super gremlin, bro.
Oh yeah, he's on like the most demon of time.
Him and Karl Malone used to be superstars.
Oh,
Now they go hard.
was he in the top 75? Was he there at the All-Star game in
I
Cleveland?
don't know if he was there. I think he's in the top 75.
Was he one of the ones that were just going like this on the loop and just waving at the fans like he was really there? See, John Stockton didn't want to risk. He didn't want to risk his health by going to the NBA All-Star top 75. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah, those people all had they was all vaccinated, Joe. He can't get around vaccinated people, Joe. What's wrong with you?
He can't, or he'll meet his demise. And what's this world without John Stockton?
You know what I'm saying, bro? True alpha. True king out here.
John Stockton is a king, and I'm here. I never thought I'd hear that my whole life, but okay.
What you mean? He played with the mailman. Yo, imagine playing with the mailman and you from like Utah, and you like some dude who wear boots and cowboy hats and marry like a 13-year-old. Oh, she wasn't 13, but yes, but had to clear it up. She wasn't 13. He wasn't. She was a little older. And being called a mailman in Utah, and like one of the only 5 black people in Utah.
Oh yeah, there's like 5.
All of them on the basketball team. They all play for the Jazz.
Yeah. Like everybody, all black people are getting a W-2, and it's going to say the Utah Jazz on the W-2 because nobody just lived there. That's black.
While we on that, I went to Kansas. My sister lived in Kansas and watched the high school basketball tape and realized that outside of 6A and 5A, there were no black kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all the top teams had black kids on it, and every other team was literally all white. And I'm like, did they recruit you throughout the state?
It's very possible, but we can't prove that.
Hey, you just saw a random black kid at this 2A school in this neighborhood. Like, hey, you want to move over and keep your mama a job?
Get your mama a job. Do you know your daddy? Because we can search. We can get something together for him too.
She can work for the school.
Yeah, that's a whole school system. How's the cafeteria? How would she like to work in the cafeteria?
Yeah, she can come and you can move over here. You can live in the coach's house.
You know them kind of kids, they get adopted by the white family.
Just so they can play sport. Like, hey,
just play sport.
Guaranteed to go to Kansas State.
100% going to Kansas State. You might get us around in school, but that's a part of the deal. You got to go to Kansas State. You got to at least go visit Kansas State.
oh no, Kansas. You ain't Kansas State. You guaranteed to go to Kansas. That's how all the Jayhawks got they played. That's why they so good. Them black kids had to be good. They had no choice.
Did you grow up in Kansas? No, but somehow I got over here after I became 6'6". My mama moved us over here. Next thing you know, she had a job at the schoolhouse.
Like I said, in Kansas, at least they got the military base where all the black kids play.
Yeah, in a federal prison. You just make a quick trip. Go to Kansas and play basketball, or go to jail.
Yeah. We got another topic for
Why you just shit on Kansas like that, dog?
Shout out to Kansas, bro. I love Kansas State campus, but that's the only place in Kansas I love.
There's so many places outside of Kansas State.
No, it's not. No,
okay.
It took us like an hour to get there, and then it took us 3 hours to get to Kansas City, Missouri, and it was all desert. And they was like shooting bombs all over the place in the desert. And I'm like, why is it explosions? And they're like, because we near a military base, because there's nothing here in Kansas except for explosions. And everybody live in the main cities. And one is Kansas State and one is where Kansas is at. And it's like 3 cities and everybody live there because the rest is desert. I promise you, when my sister came from the military base, we went to Kansas City and it take my nephew to the doctor. That's how far you had to go. And I promise you, it was nothing but desert. It was a car wash in the middle of the desert on the exit.
Okay, fair enough.
It was a gas station and a car wash, and nothing but desert. And it was the strangest thing I have ever seen in my life.
My man said,
I was like, why is it's dirt flying, dog? Why is it a car wash where dirt is flying in the street, bro? Like, you know how the desert be and the wind start pushing dirt? I'm like, bro, who want to wash their car and then soon they get out the dirt?
My man said, why are there explosions?
Bro, I'm sleeping in the house and she living near the military base. What was that? Oh, they bombing? They bombing?
What are they bombing? Like, I can't even think of an animal that lives in Kansas.
Bro, ain't none except for snakes and probably scorpions. That's snakes and scorpions, things that bite you. That's all they live in. By the way, if you live in Kansas City, shout out to you. It's a beautiful place. And if you live in where Kansas State campus is, it's a beautiful. That mall is amazing. Saw some. It was a cute girl though. I said she was black. She was a student. Like her father was in the military. Looked like.
Of course, she was a student or a military brat. Why else are they there?
I've never seen a place so empty. And I told my mom like, I don't never want to go back. By the way, when you go there, you only could get on a little plane.
Oh yeah.
Bro, it was like a little bitty plane, bro. Like I walk. You know how you go outside, you look down, it's like long, but no, I'm like, you know how the other little exit where they come, you like that's the back of the plane right there. Like, well, bro, why come I can almost touch the back of the plane?
Man, no bathroom.
You ain't got no bathroom in here. You better be good.
No Wi-Fi, no electric things. It's like you'll be there soon enough. Just relax.
We might well change the title of this in Kansas.
I actually went to something like that in like the
I figured out how Utah. I never been to Utah, but I figured if Kansas is like that and people say Utah is worse than Kansas, I'm just saying.
I just don't like. I'm not that big of a hiker, so I don't know if I want to go to Utah for anything. And then I definitely don't want to go to Utah as a basketball player because they're mean to black people.
No, that's Boston.
Hey,
you go to Boston, if you don't play with it, they throw bananas at you, bro. You better be careful.
What do you think we signed you for? And then as soon as you don't do what they tell you to do on that court. That's why I was worried about Tatum for a second. Brown, I'm really worried about him because he's real sometime. So if you play for that home team for Boston, you just watch out. Don't have no bad game.
Yeah, they've been
to have a bad game in Philadelphia because that's fair game. Like in Philadelphia or New York, it's fair game. Anybody that has a bad game is getting it, but they ain't gonna hit you with racially motivated stuff. They just gonna talk. They go call you a dickhead probably.
Yo, Jason Tatum sitting up playing for the team. Like, yeah, they do say racial slurs when you play bad. Like what? Like your star player on the team right now. Like, yeah, they do that. I wish they would.
Yeah.
What?
I could not play. Yeah, like you just sitting over there. What they say, Russell Westbrook, they said at one time he was shooting free throws at Utah. They was like, N-word. Like, you don't got black people on the Utah Jazz team. I don't understand. Like they not letting that slide. Man, if I play for Utah, yes, I appreciate the millions, but y'all gotta hear from me. I don't care.
Donovan Mitchell out there so focused in. That's how you be so focused.
He locked
He don't hear
in.
nothing, dog. He just out there hooping.
All-star, MVP candidate. But wait till he drop under 20 points a game. Or wait till he got that injury that's about 6 or 7 weeks and they wondering where he at. Don't worry. They're going to ask him if he got out the vet yet. Is he out the vet?
We got another topic. Let's talk about women's pay. According to a report, 1/3 of women make less than $31K a year. Joe, how you feel about this?
What's the percent?
1/3.
It's hard to believe because a lot of females are they found a market in home health care and they have to work like a lot of hours. That's what I've seen in my experience. A lot of women work in home health care and they work 12-hour shifts about 4-5 times a week. So that's surprising. Maybe that's their base pay, but I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
In these jobs, average salary information for U.S. workers, in these jobs, men earned a median annual salary of $81K, while women earned a median annual salary of $60K. However, in service occupation, men earned an annual salary of $37,000, women earned an annual of $30,000.
Huh.
So
I don't know how that can be. Because most people in service are women. When you walk into any restaurant or anything like that.
Joe, they ain't good. Shit, they don't make nothing, dog.
But I'm saying you said men make 37K.
Yeah.
And women only make 30, and but if that's the majority of people that work there, that doesn't make sense that number would be like that. Well, I guess if there's more women working there, then I guess that changes the averages, I guess. But I don't know. But I definitely think as far as equal pay goes, I'm here for it. I'm sick of that narrative with, men and women and who's making more and all that stuff. Because nowadays, man, I talk about this all the time. It be them D boys that go over there and stay with them women with them jobs and lay up on that couch all day, man. And they ain't got no job. So I don't know. I bring it up a lot, but it be them girls that be busting they whole butt out and they just make it do what it do, and then that dude get a PlayStation 5 and he ain't work. So I mean, they make a PlayStation 5 money, and the kids wearing Gucci belts.
According to business.org, on average, men will earn $10,381 more in 2022 than women will across the nation. All states have at least a 10% lower median pay for women compared to men.
Well, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen their dollar where I was just doing better than a female. I ain't seen it.
But Joe, you out here we struggling in the streets. What you mean?
Yeah, working on that PlayStation 5, my brother.
You got to go to Atlanta, bro, where they all making it, and they faking like they make. You know how Atlanta, everybody in Atlanta rich. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
They ain't got a dime, but they all rich. They lease cars every week.
Man, Atlanta. Why are we dissing the United States today?
It's true though. Like all the people in Atlanta just like pretend like they rich. They just
all the black people in Texas are rich.
You living good, you know what I mean? You got this job that pay you so much money because you a professional. You know what I'm saying? They all wear their business suit. Everybody rich, and they all go home and realize it's a facade.
Yep, but I mean, Instagram says otherwise, and so
I never met somebody. Yo, in chat, if y'all see somebody in the comment section, tell me right now who you ever seen in Atlanta doing bad.
I mean, now that I think about it, I mean, I even seen
vacation. They ain't doing bad.
That's what it is. They on vacation because you know that Miami right now is putting on a show. Miami is putting a show on right now.
Miami facade. Everybody, you gotta kind of. It's like the like LA and Miami. You gotta kind of fake. We know you broke in LA. You can't even trick her. Atlanta, they got like this perception. You know how everybody. I'm moving to Atlanta. Like, oh, you doing good. You got a new job. When you go to LA, you like, oh, you finna be broke living with 8 people right now.
Yeah. 100%. And when it comes to Atlanta, you do have a better chance than LA, but you really ain't made it until you live outside of Atlanta. Once you live outside of Atlanta, then you good.
You tell him to live in McDonough. Well, you live in McDonough, you was living great. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking moving out to Gwinnett County, move out to Stone Mountain, all them. You got to get outside the city. That's how you know you made it. Because if you from one of them zones, or if that's where you living at, one of them zones over there, no, you ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing.
Yo, Atlanta, fix y'all traffic. I don't understand. Y'all don't even have that many people in y'all city. How every day y'all working on the road? Like, bro, every time I go here, it seems like they just working on the road. Yo, this episode, we just giving y'all a world tour of cities.
Yeah.
And they all kind of trash. Yo, I love Houston, but same thing. Houston got a problem too. They all got problems. No matter where you live, you got issues. Fortunately for you in Houston, your rent cheap because they refuse to stop flooding water in your apartment being flooded out. So your rent gonna be $500 because you gonna need flood insurance.
Yeah, that's about right. Let me get on Jackson while I'm here. They always working on the road too. Stay working on the highway.
They don't really work on the highway. They just be out there to collect a check.
They be parking. See, Mississippi, and I
that
said this.
Still there. That pothole still there. They've been on that same pothole for 2 weeks. They just sitting there. Dude up in the tractor with the cement just sitting there looking.
Just sitting there looking out at everybody else trying to get around it. And you know Jackson got corrupt politicians and stuff, so they just be collecting checks and going on about their business, man. That's most black ran cities got some part of corruption, and part of that is getting a construction contract and then not doing nothing, just sitting on top of the money.
Yo,
but that's what happens, man. That's it. I think that's Atlanta too,
bro. It was not, bro. I'm telling you, it's like 90% of the people. Man, they know that. They know they be still. Bro, I told them on the radio. They all got mad at me. I was on 90.1 on the radio when I was doing a little bit of helping people with politics and radio stuff. I told them, I was like, hey, y'all stealing money, bro. And then they all got mad and started yelling, "You trying to change things?" I'm like, yeah. That made them mad. Yo, that's all I said, Joe, on the radio. I said, yeah.
School board be fighting. The school board, man, how the school board fight, man? School board is fighting.
I have never heard so many N-words thrown as I saw in the Capitol meeting, in the Capitol board meeting. The kid is still like, y'all niggas lying to me.
And them poor white folk that have to live in Mississippi, letting all the black folk run all the political offices.
They got their suburb. They got Clinton, in which they got add like a tax to you if you're not from Clinton. Like, oh, you ain't got this badge. You get an extra 10-cent charge on your tax.
Yeah.
What the heck? What you mean? I thought this cost $1.06. No, it's $1.17. You get us 10 cents.
But you gotta prove that I am not from Clinton. You have to prove it.
No, they're like, you don't look like you from here. You got you a badge. You got you a card. A little stamp. Back to women's pay. Somehow we went way off. We went over but yeah, women's pay. I think to me it doesn't make sense that it's that different. Still. Like, I don't understand. Why would you not pay somebody doing the same work, the same pay? Now, if you told me there was at two different companies and one company just pay better, I'm like, cool. Mm-hmm. But around the board, to the fact that it's 10%, like $10,000 higher on media, it's the same thing with black people. Why does black people make, and every other group make less than everybody else? Why is that a consistent theme? Know your worth, bro. Stop. That's why they're looking for work, because ain't nobody working for that no more.
Yeah, I think they're saying unemployment is down, and it's not, because they just saying people ain't about to work. People just not trying to work, and we don't want to take anything out of Kim Kardashian, but I mean, she was like, you have to get up and work, and I listen, man, that pandemic sat everybody down. And Picasso was like, you know what? This ain't worth my time no more, man. And everybody get to start businesses and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they just don't want to work, though, man. They don't want to work. That's what they saying.
That is true.
So I don't know. I don't know where all this money coming from and all these cars and stuff. But they said no nobody want to work. I don't know.
Yo, while I'm on women's pay, man, pay the women. I know we didn't stay on it long, but I don't know really what to tell y'all.
I mean, there's nothing else to say. But I mean, you go into a job and they tell you how much it pays when you go apply for it. So I don't understand what the problem is at this point. Like, you walk into the job and they say we hiring $10 an hour.
Well, we saw in California they went and got their house adjusted to sell, and then they told them like $100,000 less than they did when they asked their white friends to go tell the house was sold. So people will lie to you, say, "Hey, this what your job worth," and then give you some other money.
Oh, they put that little asterisk next to the depends on the black or woman.
I want to talk about this because I don't know when I'm ever get to talk about this then. So I want to talk about it with Joe. And this is random. This ain't even, we didn't even talk about this in pre-production or the test run we did. I want to talk about worst fan bases. Joe, what is the worst fan base of anything in general that you have ever seen or be a part
of? A collective of people that enjoy the same thing. That's a fan base. A collective of people. So, for instance, like the Pacers have a fan base. They got people that just love the Pacers, no matter good or bad. They still fans. So that's a fan base to me. Cleveland Browns have had a fan base for years, and they still come to them games and they ain't did nothing, but they still go to those games. That's the fan base.
What?
You said what's a fan base?
I said worst fan base.
Oh, I thought you asked me what was a fan base. My bad, I didn't hear you. The worst fan base?
Yeah, out of everything you've seen, what's the worst fan base?
I mean, I probably somewhere east. So it's got to be the Knicks or possibly Philadelphia, one of the two. I think it's Philadelphia though. If
we talking about sports, it's probably Philadelphia. But I'm not even gonna go sports. Let's just go general. I say wrestling. Yo, the way they harass people is like next level, right? I get Twitch, right? I get Twitch. Twitch is like, it creates, because it's streaming and it's like interaction, it creates a parasocial trend that you think these people are your friends.
Okay.
Wrestling don't even have that, yet these people somehow stalk other fans, put pictures of their kids on the internet, like, hey, this your kid. Like, what? Stalk the wrestlers, harass everybody, constantly hate on something they don't even like. It's like, wow, bro. Like, anime fan base, like Marvel, DC, you got the fan base, but they like, nobody really root for Batman to fail outside of like a joking thing. Unless you just like hate the actor or something. But in general, you don't wish it to fail. You just make my product better. Wrestler fan be like, hey, listen, I hope your company, I hope your owner pass away and your company fails. And I'm like, God.
Yeah. And then they put out videos about before and after steroid use. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. I just seen this top 10 today. And I was like, I wasn't even searching for nothing. Like, I was just on Facebook and I was watching some kind of Razor Ramon thing. Rest in peace to the Chico. And next thing you know, it's like top 10 steroid fall offs. And I mean, I was like, damn, Vince McMahon was ripped. But they spread that propaganda out there. And we all thought that wrestlers use, steroids and stuff like that. But man, yeah, wrestling fans are a different breed. They like who they like. They like who they like in wrestling. Some people like heels. Some people like the good guys. So yeah, that's a anime and wrestling fans. Those probably are the worst fan bases. And then don't break the anime up into different different shows.
Wrestling fan, they DDoS your house if you say something they disagree with. They're like, "Oh, you live in Indiana?" Like, what? You're like, hey, bro, my bad. I don't even watch this like that.
Yeah.
By the way, breaking news: Jake Paul has said 2 minutes ago he just ordered some cleats and gloves. He's practicing for the NFL.
Oh my God, he might make it. At this point, I'm not counting that kid out.
Yo, his brother at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
like they're doing everything possible. It's content creators that you can do whatever now.
Yeah, I legit don't see them failing that much. I mean, that just is what it is.
You know, Joakim Noah said Cleveland a horrible city. That's where you from. Joe, is Cleveland or Columbus? Which one better in Ohio? Which one a better city?
Columbus.
We for sure ain't talking about Cincinnati.
Columbus, easily.
That's what I'm saying. Columbus, it got like almost like a Six Flags place over there.
I mean, you got Ohio State. Like, people aren't clamoring to see Cleveland Cavaliers. They clamor to go watch the Buckeyes. And so you got to be on point in Columbus because that's where all the money in Ohio probably. LeBron had his time where he's bringing all the money to Ohio, but Buckeyes, they ain't going nowhere, man. That football team, they love that football team, man.
We ain't even talking about Cincinnati. We ain't putting them over there. I almost lived in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is basically Kentucky.
My mom was in Cincinnati right before I was born, and then they moved back.
Like, you can be in Kentucky and see the Paul Bryant Stadium across the river. Covington, Kentucky, and Cincinnati are like right there.
Yeah, we keeping up with the continuity of the show. We just randomly distant city.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kansas, we talked about Kansas earlier. Tyreek Hill got traded. How you feel, Joe?
Who else gonna run 60-yard crossing routes?
Look, I guess they said Nicole Hartman.
I watched Tyreek Hill run routes and I'd be like, oh my God, they really made him run across the formation for 60 yards. And then they throw it to him eventually. But hey, man, I'm still scared of Patrick Mahomes, Pat Mahomes. I'm still gonna be scared of him until he show me otherwise.
Pat Mahomes a bad man.
But Tua is under investigation. You know them Alabama quarterbacks stay under investigation. So
Udonis Haslam and Jimmy Butler got into
it. About what? Oh, because he's like they player coach guy, right?
Yeah.
Haslam.
Apparently they're getting blowed out by the careless Golden State Warriors. So let me look at this score to make sure that was the internet saying. You know, the internet lie. As we said, we can't just say things without proof.
Prove it. Are they winning or not?
Let's see what the score is. As we are live. The Heat actually up 2, so I don't know what they talking about. Heat up 1. I don't know why the score keep changing. Like, did they not hit a 3?
Well, now I'm seeing Golden State is up 81-80.
But they just said Miami up 82-81, so it's a difference.
Okay.
Maybe Udonis lit a fire on them. Maybe that's what they
did. Be having them super low scoring games, man.
Maybe Udonis lit a fire on them. Maybe they need to wake up. So Udonis like, hey, bro, I'm finna just fight Jimmy Butler.
We got Kyle Lowry with 6 threes.
Jimmy Butler 6 for 14.
That scuffle sparked this team. Interesting.
Hey, maybe see that's why they keep Udonis Haslam for. You fight your favorite player and then they start winning. But yeah, again, Tyreek Hill, Nicole Hartman, they are a threat in the AFC East. Mm-hmm. It's all up to Tua. So if Tua is healthy and can go,
man, that's a lot of pressure. They got him the weapons. So now we gotta see what you're gonna do. You got a run game. You definitely got receivers that can get open. So now we're gonna see how accurate them Alabama quarterbacks really are.
Yeah, is this the wildest offseason in the NFL history? You know this
moves, man. Power moves.
If anybody don't know, this is the first offseason they got offseason game pass. but the NFL got NFL Game Pass for $9.99 a month. And all of a sudden, when this come out, all of a sudden they just let people go crazy and just go where they want.
Shoot, man. You made that point this morning, and I was like, man, yeah, they do got a couple of contracts coming in, and I think the NFL got like a little contract with Nickelodeon too. So I don't know how that Disney Nickelodeon thing is gonna work out, but yeah, man, this has been a good offseason, and I'm excited. Matt Ryan looks like he belongs in Indiana. He's got a good blonde-haired family, so good Christian blonde-haired family, so he's gonna fit right in Indiana.
Yeah, at least he was him, because you remember what happened when the coach from Notre Dame came down. Yeah, that shit. Like, when did you get a Southern accent?
That's gonna be a season to watch there, because they really think that they about to do something this year. But I don't know about Brian Kelly. Like, all they do is go around the same top 10 teams, all them coaches. Like, oh, I'm gonna coach Notre Dame, now I'm gonna coach Georgia, now I'm gonna coach, LSU. So I don't know, but I'm definitely excited for the season. Anybody that's still boycotting it over Kaepernick, it was reported by TMZ, who reports on Kaepernick twice a year. He said, just give him a chance, y'all. Just give him a chance. Somebody got to work him out. Somebody just give him a chance, man. Listen, Cap, you got to hang that up, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, not done.
Like 12.
Like, at some point, even though, I get what he's saying. I understand. But at the same time, it's the same thing I tell people: don't give people things on you. Like, when they set up an event, you can't go to somewhere else and be like, no, I'm working out over here at the area they set up everything. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, that's weird, but okay. I get what he tried to do. I get what he was saying. But at the same time, they're gonna use that against you. Yeah.
He should have kept it at the Falcons facility like he was supposed to, instead of some random high school.
You could change it up. You know what I mean? I'm only gonna do this, and then I'm gonna move over here and do this stuff because I don't trust this. But just randomly moving it and then telling everybody the last minute kind of give them an excuse. Whether I agree with their excuse or not, it gives them an excuse. And one thing in life, if you wanted to play football, you can't give them an excuse, bro, because they're looking for money.
Yep, agreed.
And
I'm just gonna lift him up in prayer too, because I just can't. I don't see it. You got Netflix documentaries and all that stuff, so just write a book and tell your story one day. But I don't see that football for you, brother. They not going.
Hey, what is going on? That's about it in sports. That's about everything that's going on this week.
Yeah.
So this week been light. This show's gonna be better next week. We're gonna have more time to do it. We just trying to get it back acclimated to what we doing.
That's the trend.
Yeah, that's the trend, man. That's keeping 99. What's the worst fan bases? We talked a little sports. Prayers out to women. I hope this show was a little entertaining to you. Take you a little bit out of it. I don't want it to be too long. We're gonna have more people on here. We're gonna have different perspectives. We're gonna have everything. You're gonna see. We're gonna try to appeal to our women demographic and see their opinions on things. So it'll be fun. We just trying to get back in the swing of things.
What could Udonis Haslam possibly be saying to Jimmy Butler?
He told him he was trash. What you mean?
Oh, okay. Cat.
Oh, but by the way, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, you need maybe this light a fire under you, and you can just make up lies and tell people to prove it.
Prove it, man.
You know who taught me that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump said I'm a billionaire. He was lying, but then he said, "Hey, listen, prove I'm not." Vince McMahon did that too. Vince McMahon admitted on Pat McAfee, like, "Yo, I was saying I had all this money. I didn't have that money."
Billionaire. Remember that? Just billionaire versus billionaire.
I think at that time, neither one of them was a billionaire. Now, Trump did get to billionaire. And I don't know if Vincent got there yet, but Trump got there. But at that time, they probably neither one was a billionaire. They were laughing in the back. Like, they giving us money thinking we billionaires because they're like, "Oh, you a billionaire, you rich." Hey, bro, listen.
Man was rich, so I always thought he was rich, and I'm a keep it that way because I'd have to prove that he's not.
Yeah, you gotta prove it. You gotta prove they were never rich, bro.
That's not something I can do. I can't get to his taxes. I can't prove 150 people died from vaccination. It's just some things we just can't prove.
You just can't. So you got to go with it. Shout out to
You just gotta a lot of stuff, man.
Hey, bro, keep stomping. Why? Because you're a top 75 basketball player in history, and you can just make up whatever, and nobody can disprove it. So I guess we gotta count it as truth. You know what I mean? Oh, well, you two, we are joking.
And you can't go back to Gonzaga sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Fight for the truth. You know what I'm saying? Fight for the truth.
Yes, sir.
We out. Keep stomping. Love y'all. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. See y'all next Wednesday for a better show.
Prove it.
I can't prove until next week gonna be a better show until you watch it. So please watch it. And we're out.